Tesla has a car they've never announced, never confirmed, and officially say doesn't exist.
They killed it, then unkilled it, then denied that too. Classic Elon.
It's called the NV9. And between you and me, in a market where the tax credit is gone, prices are up, and every car purchase feels like a bad deal,
this might be the one worth actually waiting for. Or not. I'm here with you to find out.
1. Why this conversation is happening right now. Tesla does not have a car called the NV9 on a price list. There is no pre-order page. There is no launch date. What there is Reuters reporting in April that 4 sources inside Tesla confirmed the company is quietly developing a compact electric SUV, roughly 14 feet long, designed for 4 passengers, weighing around 3,300 pounds, built for entry-level pricing, and intended to be produced first in Shanghai. Tesla China immediately denied it.
Which, if you followed Tesla for more than 5 minutes, you know means absolutely nothing.
In 2024, Tesla China denied reports about the Cybertruck coming to China. Days later, the vehicle appeared in a Chinese ministry filing. In April of that same year, Musk himself called Reuters liars for reporting Tesla had killed the original NV9 project. Weeks later, his own senior executives confirmed he had personally shut it down. 2. What the platform actually is and why. It matters more than the car. It's not just a cheaper car. It's a vehicle that would be built on Tesla's next-generation manufacturing platform. The same architecture currently being stress-tested in real time right now at Gigafactory, Texas. As of last week, there were over 100 Cybercabs sitting in the outbound lot at Giga, Texas. That's up from roughly 60 units in late May. The production count has been climbing steadily since the first unit rolled off the line in February, ahead of Tesla's own April target. By Tesla's own SEC filing language, the next phase of their growth includes new products built on our next-generation vehicle platform. The Cybercab is the proof of concept. The NV9, if and when it comes, inherits everything that works. Tesla's so-called Unboxed Process builds large subsections of the car simultaneously and brings them together at the end. The Cybercab is designed to cost roughly half what a Model 3 costs to produce. If that process validates at volume, the NV9 gets built the same way. The Cybercab reaching 100+ units in the yard is not just an interesting drone footage story. It's the clearest signal yet that the manufacturing math for an affordable Tesla is getting solved. Does that mean the NV9 is guaranteed? No. Does it mean the technology foundation is being built right in front of us? Yes. 3. What you'd actually get, the software stack.
Because a car is increasingly just a container for software. And Tesla's software stack, as of this week, is moving faster than it has in years.
Yesterday, June 29th, Tesla began rolling out FSD V14 Light-to-Hardware 3 vehicles. That's the roughly 4 million older Teslas that had been frozen on FSD V12.6 since early 2025. Tesla's AI chief Ashok Ellaswamy confirmed the rollout on X. The build distills the intelligence from the newer HW4 chip architecture into the older hardware. Better responsiveness, smoother lane changes, improved handling at intersections, and for the first time, parking, unparking, and reversing capabilities built in. Any new vehicle they build, including the NV9, would ship with Hardware 4, which means the full, uncompromised version of FSD V14. 20% faster reaction time. Sloth speed profile for cautious driving. Arrival options that let the car decide whether to pull up like a taxi, park on the street, or find a lot. A system that is by real-world reviews this week from Australia and New Zealand, completing over half of journeys end-to-end without any driver intervention. And then there's Grok. On June 18th, Elon Musk confirmed that Grok, the AI assistant that's already in Tesla vehicles in the US, will gain the ability to issue live commands directly to the FSD planning layer. Target, approximately September 2026. Is that September timeline guaranteed?
Given Musk's track record with deadlines, I'd be surprised if it's not December.
But the direction is clear, and that direction points directly at what any NV9 buyer would be stepping into. 4. What you don't get, the honest part. First, the price you've been hearing about for 6 years is gone. The $25,000 figure came from Musk's 2023 Investor Day presentation. That was before the federal EV tax credit died, and it did die for vehicles purchased after September 30th, 2025 as part of the budget legislation passed this year. The math that made $17,500 after incentives work in every headline you read. That math doesn't exist anymore. Analysts who have looked at this honestly are now putting the likely real-world price of a production NV9 somewhere in the low to mid $30,000, maybe higher. To put that in context, the cheapest Tesla you can buy right now in the US is the Model 3 Standard at $36,990. The Model Y Standard starts at $39,990. Both rear-wheel drive, both stripped of features like auto steer and AM/FM radio to hit those numbers. The NV9 would presumably land below those.
But $25,000? No, that number served its purpose.
It kept the story alive for 3 years. You can retire it now. Second, you don't get a production date. Tesla's own SEC filing as of Q1 2026 doesn't list the NV9 as a separate line item. The Cybercab is listed as pilot production. The Semi is in series production as of April 2026. The most honest read of the timeline, if Cybercab production validates the Unboxed process at scale, hitting 10,000 plus units a quarter by Q4 2026, the case for a 2027 NV9 launch gets meaningfully stronger. If Cybercab stalls, that timeline moves right. Third, you don't get the autonomous experience they've been promising. Tesla's unsupervised robotaxi service in Austin launched a full year ago. Currently operates with around 20 vehicles in a limited geofenced area. That's it. California regulators have confirmed Tesla is not operating an autonomous vehicle service in the state. The car Musk said would be driverless but offer a human-driven option is right now mostly a human-driven option. FSD is genuinely impressive and getting better fast, but it is legally and technically a supervised Level 2 system. The person in the driver's seat is still the person responsible. That matters whether you're buying an NV9 or any other Tesla. 5. The market logic. Why Tesla actually needs this car. Tesla's US sales are down roughly 15% year over year through May. Their European recovery is real. Registrations up nearly 90% year over year, but that's largely because they cratered there in 2025. Their Q1 global deliveries of 358,000 vehicles missed analyst consensus. Goldman Sachs, Barclays, and RBC all think Q2 comes in stronger, somewhere between 405,000 and 420,000, and we'll find out Wednesday when Tesla reports. But the full-year picture is a 35,000 unit downward revision from where analysts were just 3 months ago. Tesla needs volume. And the math is simple. You can't get volume in 2026 at $40,000 entry prices without a federal tax credit, against a field that now includes a redesigned Nissan Leaf at $29,990 with 303 miles of range. If you've made it this far, you're exactly the kind of person who should be subscribed to this channel. We don't do hype here, we do the actual math. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've got a question about how this compares to what you're currently driving, drop it in the comments. We read them. 6. What to actually watch for. You don't need to wait for Tesla to make an announcement. Watch these signals instead. Watch the Cybercab production numbers. Drone footage from Giga, Texas is updated almost weekly. when you see consistent 10,000 plus unit quarters, not just inventory in a parking lot. The NV9 manufacturing path is real. Watch Shanghai. 3 of the 4 Reuters sources said production would start in China. Regulatory filings in China tend to surface weeks before any official announcement. If a compact Tesla shows up in a Chinese Ministry of Industry document, that's your first real signal. Watch FSD expansion. Every market that gets FSD approval is a market Tesla can sell autonomous-capable vehicles into. Belgium approved FSD in June. Denmark approved it. Australia just got V14.3.3 last week. Tesla is building the regulatory groundwork for a vehicle that justifies its software subscription. And watch the Q2 delivery report. If Tesla beats 420,000 deliveries, they have financial headroom to invest in a new program. If they miss, the pressure to accelerate an affordable model gets more urgent, not less. Either way, the NV9 story moves. So here's where we land.
The NV9, or Model 2 or Model Q, or whatever they eventually call it,
Is real in the sense that Tesla is building the foundation for it right now. The platform is being stress tested. The software stack is maturing faster than at any point in the last 3 years. And the market case for a sub-$35,000 Tesla has never been stronger. What it isn't, a sure thing, a $25,000 car, or a timeline you can plan your life around. If you're in the market for a vehicle in the next 12 months, buy the car that serves you today. If you're thinking further out, 18 months, 2 years, keep watching Giga, Texas. The picture will get clearer. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you waiting for the NV9 before your next car purchase? Or are you buying something else now and figuring Tesla can catch up later? Comment, waiting or buying now? And tell me what you're considering. I read everyone.